guys, a good early morning to you guys. Today I want to talk about something. I'm not proud to talk about it. It's not really about me. It's about something recently that happened, okay? And it's, I'm not going to mention the person's name, but I'm going to mention in a certain degree that they're obviously going to know who I'm talking about, okay? Because I'm pretty sure they're gonna watch this video at some point. Anyway, I had a nice relationship with a relative of mine, friendship, communicating and stuff, and it went awry yesterday, and it bothered me. It got to the point where I was being disrespected. And I had to put my foot down, and it was just too easy just to hang up. So I had to say my piece at that moment. So at that time, they were a little bit over talking me. So I don't think they heard what I was trying to tell them. But one of the things I want to say is, it has to do with mental illness and mental health. That's not my battle. That was this person's battle. And I felt comfortable to be there, almost like a therapist on the phone. Now, I'm not a therapist, okay? I don't claim to be one, but people have told me in the past that they like talking to me. I mean, I feel I'm a very sincere person, and I'm a people's person, so I love being around people, all types. Just sometimes when you're around the wrong type, you may not realize it at the time, but depending how much time you invest in the conversation, you're gonna see signs of happy, sad, envy, and you're gonna see anger, sadness, crying, whatnot. But I just feel like, I don't know, I just feel like I have a specialness about communicating and talking with people, because I try to be very real. But sometimes I fall in the trap where sometimes I'm embarrassed to be honest with people with certain things. So I maybe hold a little bit back, and that's not really good. I need to learn to don't be so, how can we say, concerned how people are going to react to what you're going to say, as long as it's the truth and from your heart. But just have that filter on your mouth, okay? You're going to have that little leash on your mouth, that the words that you say can hurt other people, okay? And sometimes, even though it's not true, and that person knows it, and you know it, but the simple fact of you mentioning things that are not true, you make that person defensive, because they feel you really believe that. So number one, they feel they have to defend themselves, okay? And that's a whole different look. So you go from being a therapist to somebody, helping them understand life, teach them, because all of us didn't grow up the right, I don't want to say the right way, the same way. We all grew up differently. There may be some similarities in how or where you grew up that makes you maybe a little more emotionally attached to be that person's friend. But it's all different. So without talking too much about this person's past, they grew up. They know it, okay? They seek therapy. They spend thousands and thousands. I would say, my guess, probably 100,000 in paying for therapy. And I just think, and I didn't want to say this because I didn't want to criticize you, because I don't think you would have handled this, but you think you're getting better by paying all this therapy, and it may make you feel a little bit better, which is great, but the true way of getting over some of your past, of people who've done you wrong and hurt you and done some terrible things, and I know and you know about, and that's a heavy burden, that's a heavy toll. But remember, you keep paying that toll again every time you reliving and stuff, and that particular person's no longer in your life. They're not with us anymore. It's also a relative of mine, and you have to learn to forgive. You don't have to forget. Nobody's saying to forget, because that's part of you saying it was okay if you're willing to forget. But you have to release it, all those feelings that you have about multiple people in your life that either hurt you physically, abused your trust, stole from you, betrayed you and whatnot. You have to, at some point, let it go. This way you can move forward. Again, like I said, I'm not a therapist, but if you keep carrying that handbag with you, with all this emotional distress, you're not going to be able to grow. Okay? And guess what? The therapist is just going to keep taking your money. Okay? So I think personally, you know, what, 5, 10, 15, 25 years of therapy, it just, you listen to somebody who doesn't know you, and doesn't know your family, and somehow you're paying, and they're going to make you feel comfortable enough to open up and tell them your problems. And they're going to recommend you keep coming back, that you need a lot of therapy. I mean, you don't see it, okay? They're attaching themselves to your pocketbook, your wallet. They say, oh wow, there's a lot of money left here. There's a lot of meat on the financial bone here. So I didn't want to tell you that, but honestly, you know, you need to take a break from therapy. What I suggest is go to these groups that deal with, like for example, if you're in a bad relationship, abusive relationship, there's a therapy group or a circle that you guys can go to, and everybody share that, and that's the way you heal. But you gotta let go, okay? But getting back to what happened for me, and the shocking is, I started letting my guard down. Family, talking to you, okay? And then you come out with the stupidest shit. And you know what? I forgive you in the past, and I forgive you, but that's it. That crap is done, you know? I just realized that it's not beneficial for me to allow you being comfortable mentioning stupid shit, and you know that you already know, and you're reliving. You're not letting go, and it has nothing to do with you. But I just see all of a sudden we're on the phone talking for 2.5 hours. And the last 10, 15 minutes is, you know, you're throwing rocks at me. You know, you're making me explain my life to you. Okay, well, you to judge me. You know, I don't know. I was just really puzzled. You know, so I just feel at this time I have to protect my sanity. I have to respect myself and protect my peace. And you're disrupting it. Your ignorance, and I'm just being blunt, and me keep forgiving you, you only keep continuing to do that. mentioned in the past about our past when we used to hang out because you're family, and me and your brother would drop you off, okay? Because we were hanging out, you know. We knew your mouth was a ticking time bomb, okay? That you were about to say something, and when you were around me or him, we were real forgiving, okay? But in public, you can get people in trouble. You can get yourself into fights, okay? I know you had a lot of issues with people in the past and people you decided to stop talking to. And guess what? It's because of this crap like this. So, I actually made another video about this, and it just got, I don't know what happened, but it got canceled. So I just trying to repeat and live up to that last video. I'm not going to, and quite honestly, I don't feel I need to or want to. So I'm gonna make this video a lot more shorter, and just understand that, you know, the falling out yesterday caught me by surprise. I was hurt. I forgive you, but I'm not going to forget. And I just feel now it reached a point where if we were to continue talking at a later time, you are only going to feel comfortable enough to disrespect me once again. How dare you? How dare you? Okay? And you lost out big time, whether you realize it or not, and maybe you are, because I made myself available to you. You know, you have a lot of things in the past. You're dealing with demons, just like all of us are. Okay, some demons more bigger than others. Okay, so I don't know. I'm getting tired talking. I'm gonna have to stop and get myself some water. Ooh-wee. Let's see, is it safe? Let me pull over. Yeah. I can't reach my case of water, so. Driving. Coming to a stop. Oh my God. Tired! It's early in the morning. 5:45. How much more? Go reach over for my water. I have to get up. I'm gonna tip over. It's cold. I did not want to get up from bed, but I had to. Got a bottle of water, we got a case. So, started drinking more water than I used to. And, with that said, You gotta use the bathroom a lot more, you know? But that's a good thing. Helps you stay hydrated. Let's raise your body metabolism a little bit, because your body has to process the water. Water doesn't have any calories. But getting back to what we're saying, what I was talking about is, you know, not everybody is positive for you. You can pick your friends and choose, but you can't pick your family. You're stuck with it. All you could do is decide whether you're going to allow this person, your family, access to you or not. And I decided for myself, I decided pretty quick that even though I love and care about this family member, the problems that they're bringing to the table and the stress, it's not worth it. You know, they feel comfortable enough talking to me that I could be probably free therapy for them, help them save some money, and you also gain from good communication with people. Put you in a good mood. You have somebody to vent to, you know, share good news, share bad news, you know. But I realize my life is better if I don't make myself available any longer to this person. And I'm sorry, because I know we have a good relationship. I thought we did. But yesterday we saw a section of road in the relationship that it's shut down till further work needs to be completed. Okay, and I'm just not willing to use that road again, even after the construction's completed, because you're gonna feel that comfortable to disrespect me and on the phone, unwarranted, and which really caught me by surprise, because we were on a call for about 2 hours 45 minutes, and you say, wow, that's a long phone call. Well, if you think of it aspect like this person's not working now, though they're running a business and you know, taking care of the house and doing all that kind of stuff, but they don't have a regular 9 to 5. And for me as a truck driver, I have a lot of time available to me. Safely, I can talk on the phone. I have a Bluetooth headset. Let me show you. So I have a Bluetooth headset here. I don't know if you can see it. So legally, I'm able to talk and drive, because it's hands-free, just like now. Oh, I'm getting tired. Getting tired. So I reached a point to where it makes me sad that I'm not going to make myself available to this person anymore. And I think they really needed whatever benefit I brought to the table during our phone communications. It's just not worth it, okay? You know, there's people that they feel that they volunteer for charity and stuff, and then once the burden of doing whatever charity work that was bringing you joy hits you, and you realize, like, it may not be worth it anymore, and that's when you stop, or you realize it doesn't bring you joy anymore. So communicating with you, being there for you, you know, you being there for me, it's not worth it to me anymore, okay? You caused some wounds yesterday, emotional wounds and scars that are not going to heal. You know that, I know that, and I don't want the world to see those scars anymore from you. I don't want to let, so the best way I'm going to be able to do it is to end communicating with you. Allowing access to me. So it's hard because we're family, but you're dealing with stuff that I know you've been trying to address with therapy and stuff, but it's not working. You need more than, honey, you need more than just therapy. You need to go to groups that you can talk about it and share. If you open up and share your experiences or where you are in life, because other people may benefit from it. And it's that satisfaction of knowing that you're able to touch somebody else's life that's suffering from some of the things that happened to you in life, but I didn't cause it, okay? But you have the anger to me like I caused some of it. That had nothing to do with it. I may be around when some of this stuff was happening to you, okay? I may have been real young, and I'm sorry I was not able to help you, okay? But those people that did some things to you are no longer with us, okay? So you need to let go, you gotta forgive people, and I know you carry a baggage with all that, and you feel and view it as a loss to forgive. It's a benefit, okay? It's a benefit, so I don't know. Like I said, it's like going to a restaurant and you didn't like the food or you didn't like the service, but when the bill comes, are you bold enough to contest it, ask for a discount, have them take so much money off, or who knows, maybe not pay it at all? Or, you chalk it up as a learning experience in life and pay it, okay? Maybe not even say nothing. That's an option. And then when you walk out of there, just know, like, hey, I gotta remember this experience, so it doesn't happen again. That's all I'm talking about. And I think that's the point I'm at. So, I got my little water here. Cheers once again. You're gonna have to find somebody else to crap on. It ain't gonna be me. You fooled me though. You fooled me. I didn't know you had that type in you. I knew you were a ticking time bomb, but you surprised me unwarranted, out of the blue. It took 2.5 hours, but it came out. So maybe you were fooling me for the first 2.5, but you didn't fool me for the last 10, 15 minutes. So again, I forgive you. I'm just choosing not to be available to you no longer. So I hope there's something you learned from this. I'm probably going to want to watch this video myself multiple times as part of my therapy as to why I need to let you go out of my life. God bless. Please be safe. Again, guys, if you know anybody dealing with mental illness and stuff, and you're gonna teach yourself to grow some thick skin, because they're gonna say stupid things. They're gonna be unappreciative. Maybe not everybody, but I don't know. Just watch your back, guys. Okay. So I hope there's something positive to learn from this. Again, I was really hurt. I'm still hurt. This is going to help me move on. So, guys, I hope there was something that you derived positive out of this. If you have any comments, please, I strongly suggest leaving them. All right? God bless, guys. Be safe. have a DOT-free day, and just it's hard, but sometimes you have to make decisions to not allow people access to you. God bless. Be safe. Thank you so much.